So how soon do you think some major legislation will pass?
When you look at the stimulus, it's going to pass right away, and I think they mimight throw the infrastructure in there.
Right.
That's why you've seen infrastructure stocks go crazy right now, and material stocks like Marietta. You saw Vulcan, and one of the ones we have in portfolio, Summit. I mean, These stocks are running up. We were well ahead of this curve, getting into cyclicals early months ago. You guys should be doing very, very well in all of our portfolios, especially crypto. Holy cow. I mean, you saw a Bitcoin surge to 35,000. It's like it's still up there. It's still like 34 and change, but
yeah, it's incredible.
But you're seeing this because you wouldn't see these major moves unless there's a surprise where I'm hearing, oh, well, the markets are up. You see, everything's okay. It's not the end of the world, but it's, you have to adjust your portfolio into the right sectors, right? I mean, marijuana, you see marijuana stocks where they are?
Yep, it's going through the roof.
And just Canopy, they're up like 15 to 17% each. Yes, there's a lot of sectors and stocks. I know, you were talking about a lot of that stuff, but you are seeing these massive moves. And again, maybe they just accelerated and just, overreactions. But to get back to your question is we're going to probably see $2 trillion stimulus right away. And that led to Goldman Sachs coming out, Jefferies coming out, even Evercore coming out. And again, I read these reports to see what they're saying, right? It's not that I agree with them, but I like hearing all opinions. It just makes you a better analyst. And they believe that that the Fed could raise rates earlier than expected. You've seen the 10-year. You see the jump in the 10-year today?
Yeah.
So the jump in the 10-year is up like 10%. Was it 1.047?
Who was it from the Fed that said 3% inflation would be okay? It wouldn't be a bad thing.
That 2% inflation target. I talked about that earlier, isn't it? I mean, as soon as we're going to get to 2% inflation right away. This is money that's getting directly filtered to people. This isn't, people are surprised, but we understand why we didn't see the inflation on the CPI level, guys. I know we're all paying higher bills, but the only thing that matters is what the Fed looks at. That's how they dictate and determine policies. They look at, especially, interest rates and what they're going to do. They look at the CPI. And based on that, they came up with a target of 2%. Right? But they're going to change that. Just, they change everything. So they're going to say, oh, no, 2% is okay, 3%. But this isn't back in 2008 when the money was filtered to the banks to stabilize the system, and then they decided what to do with it. This is going directly into consumers. These are checks that are bypassing you, going directly to you, and it's supposed to be 600. They're probably going to be 2,000. I think it's going to be over 2 trillion altogether. But it's going to be interesting to see because I think that's going to happen right away. But when it comes to taxes and tax increases, probably going to happen early 2022. But the market's forward looking. It's going to be interesting how companies adjust because that's going to result in slower earnings growth, and it's going to take a premium away from a lot of these companies that are trading at the highest valuations they've ever traded in history.
I think you're right on the first legislation, and they've front run that. I mean, they were saying, "Hey, elect us, we'll give you another stimulus," which is popular. I completely understand that. The interesting thing to me is that on Monday the market sells off in what anticipation to be, maybe a blue wave, which is completely reversed today. But gold popped, and now gold is a gift too because it's down 2.5% today. So maybe all that money is allocated towards Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. If that's the case and you've had your eye on any gold stocks that are pulling back on today's news, I would look at that because gold and Bitcoin can both go higher. Yes, Bitcoin is well ahead of leading the race on a percentage turn and everything else, but take what the market gives you, and gold coming down like this when the market is rallying in anticipation of more money is just that's where markets don't meet reality, and you can take advantage of those.
Yeah, it is amazing to see because eventually, so many people think that money is going to come out of gold. JP Morgan said that. I think it was Jefferies said that, published a report and said, the money that's going to go into gold is, a lot of that's going to be into Bitcoin. But at what price? Bitcoin's up tremendously. If it goes, for just to put in perspective, when JP Morgan comes out and says, has 140,000 plus target price on Bitcoin now. Not to mention Jamie Dimon said it was a fraud, right? It's a fraud. If anyone trades it, I gotta fire them. 140,000. It just makes me laugh, some of this shit. But it's just so much drama. And I like Jamie Dimon, but I just thought that was funny. Just, clear overreaction to something you don't understand. He's one of the greatest bankers and smartest people that you'll know. But when you don't know about something, you don't know about something. So I love when people talk about being smart. You're smart in certain areas, but not smart in other areas. And, obviously he wasn't smart there. But having that target, when you look at stocks, these guys don't have targets like that are, 3x, 4x, 5x higher. They don't say the stocks will go from 10 and when our target's 75, 80. They say it's 10, our target's 16. When it hits 16, they go,
Tesla.
It's 18. It's 20.
That's the only time you do that, Tesla.
I mean, they've been behind the curve every single time.
Who raised it from 500 to like 800 today, finally?
Yes, and that's the highest, right? The highest target is 10% higher than the stock price, right? Again, it's ran up tremendously. But
to your point, I'm sorry, you're right. I mean, people don't just say that on the
So you would think that J.P. Morgan is going to, for their clients, if they really believe that target price over the long term, and you're hearing all the 100,000 plus target prices, maybe it is a buy here, but at 40,000, 50,000, maybe at 35,000. I mean, when do you say, okay, gold's not even 2,000, and there's a fundamental reason to be buying gold? So, I mean, not just infrastructure related, like copper looks fantastic right now, and then silver has industrial use as well. But when you look at gold and the underproduction, because these guys were so leveraged in 2011, 12, 13, 14, a lot of these guys almost went out of business, the big companies. Now that they need gold, they didn't invest in a lot of these projects. And you're looking at their margins are like software company margins where they're producing for $900 an ounce or $2,000 an ounce. These guys are printing money, and they also produce the majors, hundreds of millions pounds of copper, which is up tremendously over the past, few months? I mean, a ton, up well over $1. That's a lot of money. That's 100 million, 200 million, 300 million right to the bottom line. So when I see these stocks and pulling back, I just think, these guys have to purchase. They have to continue to produce gold in order to do that. They have to find these big projects, and that puts juniors into play. So I love gold here. You could own them both. I know, just amazing, right, Daniel? How people hate.
Yep.
They hate each other, right? Bitcoin, and I'm in the middle of that because I'm from Wall Street background, and now we have a security token, and just talking to both sides is very difficult because you need both of them in order for this to scale and go crazy. That's why Bitcoin is so huge right now. It's not huge because everyone's finding out about it. It's not huge even because PayPal is Square. No, it's huge because institutions are investing in it. Wall Street.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where the billions and trillions of dollars are. So you need to get along with these people and need to come up with a solution where all this works, and that's happened in security tokens. But when I see this whole market and just the forecast on this thing, it's going to be interesting to see what price do people say, okay, I'm not buying Bitcoin at 40,000 when it was 12,000 3 months ago. And then maybe that goes into gold. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they can both go higher. Bitcoin is obviously, well ahead of the game, and it's got momentum now. But yeah, for what you just said about gold and the economic use and everything, yeah, I mean, those things trade like damn near tech stocks on margins and things, and it's still kind of flying under the radar. So I would take advantage. If I can switch gears real quick with the Green New Deal and everything, isn't it awesome how oil's rallying? I mean, that's got to surprise some people.
It is surprising, but I don't know if that's because of what's going on today, with Georgia more than, because it started rallying yesterday too.
Yep, absolutely. Like that. But still leading up to, you got at least 2 out of the 3 until yesterday's election being Democratic tilted. But yeah, I mean, Saudi cut production, so I understand what OPEC Plus and them guys are doing, but you still have economic lockdowns. The UK's going down, under lockdown again. They currently are. Cruises are still not going. So it's just, hey, the market's forward looking, and the rally in oil stocks, we've talked about this the past couple of weeks, they are still well off, not even their highs. So, I mean, we're definitely going to have to be digging into that more in the coming weeks. But as crazy as it sounds, because I am, it's no shock to our listeners, I'm as conservative as it gets for the most part. But I can't tell you that I'm bullish on damn near everything right now for the short term. And so take caution on that.
Who would know? You guys see the emails coming in too for Daniel. It's so funny. Gotta get that guy off the podcast, right? He's taking you down. This is people, it's just so funny. But listen, if you don't have everyone hating you, that means you're probably fake. So you should have people that.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's true. It's definitely true. If everyone likes you, that means you're basically pretending to be someone that you're not. Because, again, personalities could be bold, could be shy, whatever. You're not going to get along with everybody, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But I just laughed at you.
Yeah, but when it comes to making money, you got to try to, you got to put that aside and say, hey, like we always joke, here's the environment, here's the rules. Let's play by them. Let's find the roadmap. I love Chuck Schumer, who summed it up best on his Twitter. He just tweeted "buckle up" a couple hours ago. So, you can choose to ignore, or you can look at, hey, what do these guys want to do, and let's put the odds in our favor, and let's make some money. And like I said, let's push chips over and see where they fall.